You see, if you can dream it, you can achieve it, but it starts with the vision. Dreaming big is about casting a vision so bold, so expansive, that it scares you. And that's a good thing. If your dreams don't make you a little uncomfortable, they're too small. But listen, dreaming is the easy part. It's what comes after that truly defines you. You've got to put in the work. You can't just dream and sit back, hoping things will happen. You have to take that vision and grind for it day in and day out. No shortcuts, no excuses. Your dreams require discipline, focus, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. The power of vision is a fundamental force that drives achievement and success. When you talk about dreaming big, it's impossible to ignore the importance of having a clear vision. Because vision is the seed from which all dreams grow. Vision is the mental picture of your desired future, a vivid image that guides your actions, decisions, and priorities. It serves as the compass that points you in the direction you need to go. Without vision, dreams are like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly. A strong, well-defined vision sets the stage for everything else in your life, from the goals you pursue to the energy you invest. A clear vision gives you a sense of purpose. It answers the question, why am I doing this in the pursuit of big dreams? Challenges are inevitable. You will encounter obstacles, resistance, and moments of doubt. But when you have a compelling vision, those difficulties become easier to bear because you are not just working for the sake of working, you are working towards something that matters to you deeply. This sense of purpose keeps you focused and motivated, even in the face of adversity. It becomes the driving force that propels you forward when others might give up. One of the key characteristics of a strong vision is that it inspires action. Vision doesn't just sit in your mind, it moves you to do something. It sparks creativity and determination, making you think, what steps do I need to take to bring this vision to life? You begin to break your dream down into actionable goals, and you start to map out a plan. Vision encourages you to take that first step, even when the journey seems long and uncertain. It transforms abstract ideas into concrete actions, giving you a clear roadmap to follow. Having a big vision also means that you're thinking beyond your current limitations. It stretches your imagination and encourages you to step out of your comfort zone. A powerful vision doesn't just focus on where you are right now, it looks at where you could be. It's easy to get stuck in the present, limited by your circumstances or past experiences. But vision pushes you to think about possibilities, about the future, about growth. It enables you to see what's possible, even when others can't. It gives you the courage to take risks, to challenge the status quo, and to move beyond the safe, familiar paths. Vision also aligns your energy. Once you know where you want to go, it becomes easier to filter out distractions. Every action, every decision, and every opportunity is weighed against your vision. If something doesn't align with your dream, it's easier to say no. Vision helps you prioritize what truly matters, allowing you to focus your time and energy on what will bring you closer to your goals. This alignment is crucial because energy is finite. You can't do everything, but with a strong vision, you don't need to. You only need to do the things that move you in the right direction. When you're clear about your vision, people can sense it. They can see the passion and purpose in your actions, and they become more willing to support you. Whether it's friends, mentors, or even potential collaborators, people are drawn to clarity and confidence. Vision has a magnetic quality that pulls people into your orbit, creating a network of support that helps you on your journey. When you articulate your vision clearly, it not only motivates you, but also inspires others to join you. When the path gets difficult, when progress seems slow, and when the finish line feels far away, your vision is what keeps you going. It acts as a beacon, a constant reminder of what you're working toward. Without vision, it's easy to get discouraged, to lose sight of the bigger picture, and to abandon your dreams when things get tough. But with a strong vision, you're constantly reminded of the destination, even if the journey is long and challenging. Vision helps you stay the course, providing you with the endurance to push through difficulties. Vision is not a one-time thing, it is evolving. As you grow and as circumstances change, your vision can expand. What starts as a small personal goal can turn into something much larger over time. Vision is dynamic, capable of adapting to new opportunities and challenges. It's important to be open to this evolution, to allow your vision to grow as you do. Sometimes the journey will reveal new possibilities you hadn't considered before, and your vision will need to shift to accommodate that growth. This flexibility is crucial for long-term success because it allows you to remain relevant and adaptable in an ever-changing world. Fear is one of the most common emotions that holds people back from pursuing their dreams. It can be a powerful force, often paralyzing individuals from taking steps toward their goals. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of rejection. These are just a few forms that fear can take, each capable of stopping progress in its tracks. However, fear doesn't have to be a roadblock. It can be transformed into a motivating force. In fact, when fear is understood and channeled properly, it can serve as the fuel that drives you forward toward your dreams. This shift in perspective is key to turning fear from something that limits you into something that empowers you. At the heart of this transformation is the idea that fear is a natural part of growth. Anytime you set out to do something big, something meaningful, fear is going to show up. This is because stepping outside of your comfort zone is inherently risky. You are venturing into uncharted territory, trying to achieve things that you've never done before, and that's intimidating. But rather than viewing fear as a signal to stop, it's crucial to recognize it as a signal that you're on the right path. If you're not feeling a little bit of fear, it might mean that you're playing it too safe. Fear is often an indication that you are challenging yourself, stretching your limits, and aiming for something significant. It's important to acknowledge that fear and doubt are often intertwined. The mind tends to generate worst-case scenarios when faced with uncertainty. What if I fail? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if others think I'm a fool? These questions can be overwhelming, and they can create a feedback loop of doubt that makes it even harder to move forward. However, it's important to remember that fear is rarely based on fact. More often, it's based on imagination. Most of the fears that hold us back are imagined outcomes that never actually come to pass. Once you realize that fear is largely a creation of your own mind, you can begin to take control of it rather than allowing it to control you. One effective way to manage fear is to reframe it as a motivator. Instead of seeing fear as something negative, try to see it as a source of energy. Fear creates a sense of urgency. It heightens your awareness, sharpens your focus, and activates your fight or flight response. When channeled properly, this can be a powerful tool for action. Rather than allowing fear to freeze you in place, let it push you forward. If you're afraid of failing, use that fear to drive you to prepare more thoroughly, to work harder, and to stay more focused. In this way, fear becomes a source of motivation rather than an obstacle. Often, the more you think about your fears, the bigger they become. When you sit with fear and do nothing, it tends to grow, becoming more daunting and overwhelming. But when you take action, even small steps, you begin to chip away at that fear. Action builds momentum, and momentum is one of the best antidotes to fear. Each small success builds your confidence, making the fear feel less significant over time. The key is to start, to take that first step, no matter how small. Once you're in motion, fear starts to lose its grip on you. It's also important to understand that fear and failure are connected, but failure itself is not something to be feared. The fear of failure is often one of the strongest deterrents to chasing big dreams. However, failure is an inevitable part of any worthwhile endeavor. It's not a sign that you should give up, rather. It's a signal that you are learning, growing, and moving forward. In fact, the most successful people are often those who have failed the most because they've learned how to persevere through setbacks. Failure is a teacher, not a final verdict. If you can reframe failure as a necessary step in the learning process, your fear of it will begin to diminish. Facing fear head-on builds resilience. The more you confront your fears, the stronger you become. Over time, you begin to develop a mindset of courage and perseverance. You realize that fear doesn't have to dictate your actions. It's just an emotion, one that you can manage and control. This resilience becomes one of your greatest assets in the pursuit of big dreams. Each time you face your fears and push through them, you expand your comfort zone. What once seemed terrifying becomes manageable, and what seemed impossible becomes achievable. This continuous process of confronting fear and overcoming it is what allows you to keep moving forward, no matter how daunting your dreams may seem. Fear can sharpen your focus on what truly matters. When you are pursuing a big dream, fear can help you clarify your priorities. What is it that you truly want? What are you willing to risk in order to achieve it? Fear forces you to confront these questions and make decisions about what's most important to you. In this way, fear can help you cut through distractions and focus on what really matters. By understanding the role of fear in the pursuit of your dreams, you can use it as a tool to keep yourself aligned with your true goals and values. It's essential to recognize that everyone experiences fear, even those who have achieved great success. Fear is not something that only affects the inexperienced or the unprepared, it's a universal human experience. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't often comes down to how they handle their fear. Successful people feel fear just like anyone else, but they don't let it stop them. They've learned how to acknowledge their fear, manage it, and use it to their advantage. By doing the same, you can turn fear from a limiting force into a powerful motivator that propels you toward your biggest dreams. Hard work and perseverance are the bedrock upon which dreams are built. While dreaming big is essential, those dreams remain abstract and unattainable without consistent effort. Hard work is the engine that drives your vision forward, and perseverance is the fuel that keeps that engine running, even when the road gets tough. Many people have big dreams, but far fewer are willing to put in the relentless effort required to make them a reality. It's easy to talk about goals and aspirations, but success comes down to the ability to turn those aspirations into concrete, sustained action. One of the most important aspects of hard work is consistency. Anyone can work hard for a short period of time when they're feeling motivated or excited about a new goal. However, the true test of dedication is your ability to keep working, even when the excitement fades and the work becomes routine or challenging. It's in those moments when the work feels mundane or progress seems slow that consistency separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up. Achieving anything worthwhile takes time, and consistency is what allows you to keep moving forward, inch by inch, toward your goal. Hard work also requires a level of focus that many people underestimate. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, from social media to constant notifications and endless entertainment options. It's easy to lose focus on the task at hand, and this lack of focus can significantly slow down progress. However, people who are committed to achieving big dreams understand the importance of eliminating distractions and dedicating their full attention to the work that needs to be done. Focus is about prioritizing your time and energy on the things that matter most, and it requires discipline. This means saying no to things that don't align with your goals and staying committed to the work, even when it's tempting to do something else. Pursuing big dreams often requires giving up certain comforts or activities in the short term in exchange for long-term success. This could mean sacrificing leisure time, social events, or even sleep to dedicate more hours to your craft or your business. Successful people are willing to make these sacrifices because they understand that the rewards at the end of the journey are worth far more than the temporary pleasures they might be giving up. They are able to delay gratification, keeping their eyes on the bigger picture rather than getting caught up in short-term distractions. Perseverance is equally important because the path to success is rarely straightforward. Challenges, setbacks, and obstacles are inevitable, and it's perseverance that determines whether or not you will overcome them. Perseverance is about continuing to push forward, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's about refusing to quit, no matter how many times you stumble or fall. People who achieve big dreams are not necessarily the ones who have the easiest path or the most talent. They are often the ones who simply refuse to give up. They keep showing up day after day, putting in the work, and trusting that their efforts will eventually pay off. Perseverance also involves a willingness to learn from failure. Failure is a natural part of any ambitious journey, and it's important to recognize that it doesn't signal the end of the road. In fact, failure often provides valuable lessons that can help you improve and refine your approach. Those who persevere are able to look at failure not as a personal flaw, but as an opportunity to grow and get better. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this experience, rather than seeing it as a reason to give up? This mindset shift allows them to keep moving forward, even after experiencing setbacks, because they know that each failure brings them one step closer to success. Big dreams take time to achieve, and it's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. However, those who understand the value of perseverance are able to keep their eyes on the long-term goal, even when the short-term progress seems slow. They recognize that success is a marathon, not a sprint, and they are willing to put in the time and effort necessary to reach the finish line. This long-term perspective helps them stay motivated, even when the rewards are not immediately visible. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. This mindset contrasts with a fixed mindset, which suggests that talent and intelligence are static traits. People with a growth mindset are more likely to embrace challenges, persist in the face of obstacles, and see effort as the path to mastery. They are not deterred by setbacks because they view them as opportunities to learn and improve. This mindset is critical for maintaining the motivation to work hard and persevere, especially when the road to success gets difficult. Hard work and perseverance also require a certain level of self-discipline. There will be days when you don't feel like working, when the effort seems overwhelming, or when distractions feel more appealing. On these days, self-discipline is what keeps you moving forward. It's the ability to push yourself to do the work, even when you don't feel motivated. Self-discipline means sticking to your routine, staying committed to your goals, and holding yourself accountable, even when no one else is watching. It's about developing habits that support your dreams and making the conscious choice to follow through on your commitments. It's important to acknowledge that hard work and perseverance often involve staying adaptable. The path to achieving big dreams is rarely linear, and circumstances can change unexpectedly. Those who succeed are often the ones who are able to adapt to these changes and find new ways to move forward. They don't rigidly stick to a single plan. Instead, they are open to ambitious dreams. The higher you aim, the more challenges you are likely to face. And with those challenges comes the likelihood of failure. Rather than trying to avoid failure at all costs, it's important to accept that it's part of the process. The key is not to let it stop you, but to use it as a learning opportunity. Failure teaches you more than success ever could. When things go well, it's easy to attribute success to your efforts and move on without much reflection. However, when things don't go according to plan, you are forced to analyze what went wrong. This process of reflection is where real growth happens. Failure forces you to look closely at your actions, decisions, and strategies, allowing you to identify weaknesses and areas for improvement. Without failure, you wouldn't have the opportunity to refine your approach, and your growth would be limited. In this way, failure acts as a teacher, providing you with valuable lessons that can help you improve and ultimately succeed. It's easy to keep going when everything is going well, but the true test of character is how you respond when things go wrong. Failure tests your resolve, and it's in these moments that you discover your capacity to persevere. The ability to bounce back from failure is a critical trait for anyone pursuing big dreams. Those who achieve success are often not the ones who had the easiest path, but the ones who refuse to give up when faced with setbacks. Each time you experience failure and choose to keep going, you build mental and emotional strength, making you more resilient in the face of future challenges. Failure also helps to clarify your goals. Sometimes in the pursuit of big dreams, it's easy to lose sight of what's most important. Failure has a way of bringing you back to your core purpose. When things don't go as planned, it forces you to ask yourself why you started in the first place. Are you pursuing this dream because it's truly important to you? Or are you doing it for external validation or approval? Failure strips away the superficial reasons for doing something, leaving you with the raw truth of your motivation. In this way, failure helps you reconnect with your core purpose and ensures that you are pursuing your dreams for the right reasons. It's also important to recognize that failure can be a source of creativity and innovation. When things don't work out the way you planned, it forces you to think outside the box and come up with new solutions. Some of the most successful innovations and breakthroughs in history came about because of failure. When traditional approaches didn't work, people were forced to experiment and take risks, leading to new discoveries and better ways of doing things. Failure encourages you to explore new possibilities, question assumptions, and find creative solutions to problems that you might not have considered otherwise. Success can sometimes inflate your ego, making you overconfident in your abilities and decisions. Failure, on the other hand, serves as a reminder that you don't have all the answers and that there is always more to learn. Humility is an important trait for long-term success because it keeps you open to feedback, new ideas, and different perspectives. When you are humble, you are more willing to seek help, collaborate with others, and continue learning, all of which are essential for achieving big dreams. Failure teaches you that you are not invincible and that growth is a continuous process. One of the most difficult yet essential aspects of dealing with failure is learning to detach your self-worth from your outcomes. Many people internalize failure, seeing it as a reflection of their abilities or value as a person. However, failure is not a statement about who you are. It's simply feedback on your approach or strategy. It's important to separate the two. Just because you fail at something doesn't mean you are a failure. Successful people understand this distinction and don't let failure define them. Instead, they see it as a temporary setback, not a permanent reflection of their worth or potential. Failure also teaches you the importance of persistence. Achieving big dreams often requires trying again and again, even after multiple failures. The most successful people are not the ones who never failed, but the ones who kept going, despite failure. They understood that success might not come on the first, second, or even 10th attempt, but they believed that if they kept learning, improving, and adjusting their approach, they would eventually succeed. This persistence is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up too soon. It's not about never failing. It's about how you respond to failure that determines your success. Failure helps you develop a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. When you approach failure with a growth mindset, you see it as an opportunity to improve rather than a fixed limitation of your abilities. This mindset allows you to embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. People with a growth mindset are not discouraged by failure because they understand that it's part of the process of growth and improvement. Failure fosters empathy and connection. When you've experienced failure, you are more likely to understand and empathize with others who are going through similar challenges. This empathy can lead to deeper connections with others and a greater sense of community. It reminds you that everyone faces struggles and setbacks, and that failure is a shared human experience. By embracing failure, you not only grow as an individual, but you also become a more compassionate and understanding person, capable of supporting others on their journey toward achieving their dreams.